Have you ever wondered why we sometimes act in ways that surprise or even shock us? It's a question that probably resonates with many, and it's not as random as it might seem. In fact, it's tied to a concept that renowned psychologist Carl Jung introduced to the world: the shadow self. The shadow self isn't a separate entity from who we are. Instead, it's an integral part of us, a section of our personality that we often choose to hide, deny, or suppress. It's the repository of our darkest desires, unspoken thoughts, and suppressed emotions. It's a side of us that we might not even be fully conscious of, and yet, it's always there, lurking in the background. It's the part of us that holds our fears, our insecurities, and our self-doubts. It's where our anger, jealousy, and resentment reside. It's the side of us that reacts when we're under stress or feeling threatened. It's the hidden side of our personality that can emerge when we least expect it, sometimes leading us to act in ways that surprise or even shock us. But here's the thing, our shadow self is not our enemy. It's not something we need to fear or fight against. On the contrary, it's something we need to acknowledge, understand, and integrate into our conscious self. Because, you see, our shadow self isn't just a collection of negative traits, it also holds our potential for growth, creativity, and self-realization. It's a part of us that can help us become more complete, more balanced, more truly ourselves. So, how do we go about exploring this shadow self? How do we bring it into the light, understand its nature, and integrate it into our conscious self? Well, that's what we're going to delve into in the next few scenes. Intriguing, isn't it? The idea that we all carry a shadow within us. So, why should we care about this hidden aspect of ourselves, you might ask? Well, the journey into our shadow self is not just about understanding our darker side, it's an exploration of our entire psyche. It's about discovering all the elements that make us who we are, both the light and the dark. It's about getting to know ourselves on a deeper level. This journey of self-reflection is a vital part of personal growth. It's like peering into a mirror, but instead of showing us our physical appearance, it reveals our complex inner worlds. It's about learning to navigate through our thoughts, emotions, and reactions, understanding why we behave the way we do, why we feel the way we feel. Engaging with our shadow self provides us with a unique opportunity to grow. It allows us to confront the parts of ourselves that we might have ignored or pushed away. It encourages us to face our fears, insecurities, and even our deepest secrets. It's about learning to accept ourselves, warts and all, and in doing so, we discover a newfound freedom and authenticity. Consider the power of understanding our shadow self as a crucial step in our personal evolution. It's akin to shedding an old skin, leaving behind the parts of us that no longer serve us, and stepping into a new version of ourselves, more aware, more authentic, more whole. This journey is not always easy. It requires courage, patience, and a willingness to step out of our comfort zones. It's about challenging our existing beliefs and perspectives, questioning our actions, and constantly seeking to learn and grow. But the rewards are immense. The more we understand ourselves, the better equipped we are to navigate life's challenges, to build healthier relationships, and to live a more fulfilled and meaningful life. So the next time you find yourself wondering why you should delve into the depths of your psyche and face your shadow self, remember this, because after all, growth happens when we step out of our comfort zones. What if I told you that your shadow also holds your greatest potential? This question might seem paradoxical at first, but bear with me as we delve into the intriguing realm of the golden shadow. In the realm of self-exploration, the golden shadow is a term that signifies the positive aspects of our personality that we often overlook. These are the traits, skills, and potentials that remain buried under layers of self-doubt, fear, or simple unawareness. Imagine a reservoir of untapped potential within you, waiting to be discovered and embraced. This reservoir is your golden shadow. It is the kindness you fail to recognize in your gestures, the creativity you overlook in your ideas, the resilience you dismiss in your struggles, and the brilliance you ignore in your thoughts. But why do we often fail to see this golden aspect of our shadow? The answer lies in our perception. We are conditioned to focus on our flaws and inadequacies, creating a distorted self-image that obscures our positive traits. This perception is not necessarily our fault, but a result of societal norms and expectations. Embracing your golden shadow is about breaking free from these societal norms and self-imposed limitations. It's about acknowledging your strengths, your talents, your virtues, and your potential. It's about seeing yourself, not just as you are, but as you could be. However, this process is not as simple as flipping a switch. It requires patience, openness, and honesty. It requires you to challenge your beliefs about yourself, to accept your virtues as readily as you accept your flaws, and to celebrate your potential even when it seems daunting. As you embark on this journey of self-discovery, remember that it's okay to stumble and falter. The path to embracing your golden shadow is not always paved with gold. There will be challenges and setbacks, but these are simply opportunities for growth and self-improvement. So take a moment to reflect. What parts of yourself have you been overlooking? What potential lies hidden in your shadow? Start exploring, start embracing, and you might just uncover a treasure trove of untapped potential. Our shadows, it seems, are not just dark corners, but also gold mines. But what happens when we ignore or reject our shadow? Well, let's delve into that. Imagine a room filled with boxes, each containing parts of your personality you've disowned, ignored, or rejected. Over time, these boxes pile up, creating a chaotic mess. This is what happens when we deny our shadow self. It leads to self-sabotage as we unconsciously act out these rejected aspects, often to our detriment. Picture a person who constantly seeks approval, yet constantly pushes people away. That's self-sabotage in action. Ignoring our shadow also results in unresolved internal conflicts. We become walking contradictions, wrestling with ourselves, our values clashing, our actions contradicting our words. Moreover, our potential remains unfulfilled. We might be a great artist, a compassionate caregiver, an innovative thinker, but if these aspects are locked away in a box, unacknowledged and unexpressed, they can't flourish. The shadow, it seems, refuses to be ignored. It insists on being acknowledged, integrated, and ultimately healed. So how do we go about exploring this shadow? Well, there are several practical approaches to inner work and shadow work. Let's start with meditation. This is a time-honored practice that allows us to quiet the mind, to silence the external noise and tune into our inner world. By focusing on our breath or a mantra, we can create a space for our shadow self to emerge. Mindfulness, on the other hand, is about cultivating a non-judgmental awareness of the present moment. It's about observing our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without trying to change them. This can be particularly helpful when we encounter aspects of ourselves that we'd rather not face. Instead of pushing these elements away, we learn to sit with them, to acknowledge their presence. Therapy is another powerful tool for shadow work. A trained professional can guide us through the process of self-exploration, helping us to uncover hidden aspects of ourselves that we may not be able to see on our own. They can provide a safe and supportive environment in which we can confront our fears, insecurities, and traumas. But remember, these techniques are not a one-size-fits-all solution. Each of us is unique, with our own set of experiences and challenges. What works for one person might not work for another. It's important to listen to your intuition, to trust your inner guidance, experiment with different approaches, and see what resonates with you. Also, remember that shadow work is not a quick fix. It's a lifelong journey of self-discovery and personal growth. It requires patience, compassion, and a willingness to delve into the depths of our being. It's about acknowledging our flaws, embracing our imperfections, and learning to love ourselves, shadows and all. And finally, remember to be gentle with yourself. Shadow work can be challenging, even painful at times. It's okay to take breaks, to step back when things get too intense. Healing is not a linear process. There will be ups and downs, setbacks and breakthroughs, and that's okay. It's all part of the journey. Remember, the journey inward is the most courageous journey of all. Now that we've found our shadow, how do we integrate it? Well, the process of shadow integration involves a blend of analysis, acceptance, forgiveness, and self-love. Let's delve deeper into these key aspects. First up is analysis. This is where we dissect our shadow, understanding its origins and implications. It's like being a detective of your own mind, tracing back the source of these hidden aspects. This might involve reflecting on past experiences, identifying patterns of behavior, or even consulting with a professional. Remember, the goal here is not to judge or criticize, but to understand, to unravel the mystery of our shadow selves. Next comes acceptance. We must learn to accept our shadow as an integral part of ourselves. It's not something to be shamed or scared of, but rather a part of us that needs understanding and care. It's about acknowledging that our shadows exist rather than pushing them away or pretending they're not there. We all have shadows. It's a part of being human. Acceptance paves the way towards integration. Then we move on to forgiveness. Sometimes our shadows stem from past hurts or traumas. It's crucial to forgive ourselves for these experiences. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting, it means releasing the hold these experiences have over us. It's a step towards freeing ourselves from the shackles of our past, allowing us to move forward. Lastly, we have self-love. This is the ultimate tool for shadow integration. We must learn to love and embrace every part of ourselves, including our shadows. It's about treating ourselves with kindness and compassion even when dealing with our darkest aspects. Self-love helps us see our shadows not as flaws, but as parts of our unique, complex selves. Shadow integration is a journey. It takes time and patience, but the rewards are worth it. It brings about a newfound sense of self-awareness, inner peace, and wholeness. It's about reconciling with our past, embracing our present, and paving the way for a brighter, more authentic future. Integration, after all, is the key to wholeness. Ever wondered how a simple notebook could become your best guide? A journal, scribbled with the inklings of your deepest thoughts and emotions, can be an extraordinary tool for self-exploration and healing. It's not merely about writing, it's about understanding, it's about excavating the inner recesses of your subconscious, your shadow self, and bringing them into the light. Think of journaling as an intimate conversation with your shadow. It's a dialogue where you give voice to your hidden fears, unexpressed desires, and unexplored potential. This dialogue is not meant to judge or criticize, but to understand and integrate. It's about acknowledging every part of you, your shadows included, and cultivating a sense of wholeness. Journaling can serve as a mirror, reflecting your inner world, and revealing patterns you may not have noticed otherwise. It can help you identify recurring thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, making you aware of the themes playing out in your life. This awareness is the first step towards change. It's like mapping the terrain of your psyche, giving you a clearer picture of where you are and where you want to be. Moreover, writing can be a catharsis. It allows you to express emotions that may have been bottled up, giving them a safe space to exist. It's therapeutic, a balm for the soul, a way to heal from past wounds and make peace with your shadows. Furthermore, journaling can spark insights, illuminating the wisdom hidden within your shadows. It can lead to epiphanies, moments of clarity that shed light on your desires, values, and purpose. It's an opportunity to learn from your shadows, to harness their energy and transform it into personal growth. In essence, journaling is a journey, a voyage into the depths of your being. It's a quest for self-knowledge, a pursuit of authenticity. It's a practice of mindfulness, of being present with your shadows and integrating them into your conscious self. And in this journey of self-discovery, your pen becomes your compass. But what if I told you that the body holds its own secrets? Just as the mind houses shadows, so too does the body hold on to remnants of our past experiences, emotions, and traumas. Physical practices like yoga, dance, or breathwork can be instrumental in our inner work journey. Take yoga, for example. It's not just about flexibility or strength. Each pose, each breath is an opportunity to explore the body's inherent wisdom, to uncover hidden tensions, and to release what no longer serves us. Then there's dance, a liberating form of expression that transcends language. It allows us to communicate with our shadow self in a non-verbal, instinctual way, shaking loose the shadows that lie dormant within our muscles and bones. Breathwork, too, is another powerful tool. Guided by the rhythm of our breath, we can journey inward, unlocking emotions and memories stored within the body's cells. After all, the body remembers what the mind forgets. Ready for the ultimate confrontation with your shadow? Let's explore the mirror technique, a powerful tool for self-exploration and discovery. Imagine standing before a mirror, peering deep into your own eyes. This mirror represents your consciousness, reflecting back your shadow self in all its complexity. The mirror technique isn't just about seeing your shadow, it's about understanding, accepting, and integrating it. As you gaze into the mirror, you're not just looking at a reflection, you're looking at the hidden parts of your personality, the parts you've been ignoring or suppressing. Don't shy away from these reflections, embrace them. They are part of you. By acknowledging and understanding them, you're taking a crucial step towards self-growth and healing. Remember, the mirror doesn't lie. It reflects your true self, complete with all its shadows. In the mirror of reflection, we find the path to self-acceptance and growth.